EJ Games.
Challenge everything.
Hi, I'm Brooke Burke, and I play Rachel Teller in Need for Speed Underground 2. Playing a racer in the game was a lot of fun, but on the streets, I make sure to drive safely and responsibly. When it comes to racing, make sure you only do it on the streets of Underground 2. So remember to always use your seatbelts and obey the laws of the road.
Hey yo, Jim, man, won't you kick some of that, you know? You know how you do it, man. It's a trip, people don't even believe we're together right now.
Hello everybody, this is Intrepid83 and welcome to Let's Play Need for Speed Underground 2. Instead of take care of some audio situations there that needed to be taken care of. Alright, and actually there's still some stuff we can do here just to make absolutely sure that it's off. Even outside of the copyright and ID, content ID claims in racing games, I generally prefer to have any music while driving off kind of thing. I mean, heck, even in real life when I'm driving, I generally don't have any music on. But sometimes I do, but throw on some Jeremy Camp or what have you. But alright, controls. Alright, I am using an Xbox 360 controller for this, so that's what I will be using. I would actually recommend it too, but anyways, alright, so to configure it for steering, left analog stick is A-OK with me. For throttle, I use the right trigger. For back, reverse, or in this case, or simply put, brake, use the left trigger. For shift up, I use the Y button. For shift down, I use the X button. Yeah, there we go. Make sure I got that right. Okay, for handbrake, I usually don't use that much, but let's use the A button, nitrous, B button, camera. Let's make that the right bumper, look back, left bumper, enter racer shop, up on the D-pad, world map is left on the D-pad, SMS right on the D-pad, statistics down on the D-pad. Reset car, let's have that the back button, hydraulics pressure. This is the, I guess the PlayStation will call it the L3 button, so basically the left analog stick, but pressing it in like a button instead of moving it around. And this is the right analog stick, same thing, pressing. Alright, and pause, let's have that to the start button. Pardon me. Alright, that's taken care of. Alright, so gameplay, yeah, what does this do? Yes. I will be playing this with manual transmission. Stability control off. Get a bit more, especially with manual transmission, I find that to be a good idea. Camera, let's have that. We got hood. I actually prefer the hood camera in this game. for reasons I'll explain in a bit, but it has to do with perspective. I don't know. You'll see what I mean once we get into the game. Gauges on, position on, lap info on, split time leader, yeah. Score. What else do we have? We got leader, lap record, best lap, last lap. Yeah, leader it is. Score leaderboard, and that's for wheel options. And that's, yeah. Well, if it's going to force me into an automatic transmission situation, I would rather them ask me before they do it, I guess. Alright, for gameplay, let's have jump camera on. I was debating turning this off because it can be distracting sometimes, but I prepared the entire LP with it on, so I was like, I'll just leave it on. Rear view mirror, keep that on. Speedometer, another thing I was considering using kilometers per hour, but I prepared for the LP using miles per hour, so I'll stick with that. Career difficulty, medium. Explore map mode, let's keep that static. Race mode, rotate, that's fine. Save prompt, and that's alright. For display, let's go. Definitely not 640 480, as you can tell. It's 720p. Actually, I think technically my display is 1360 by 768, but I will be editing that in post to be 1280 by 720. Max level detail. Display settings. Alright, most of this is maxed out. However, despite running a GTX 980 Ti, some of these things can actually tax it pretty hardcore, especially the particle system. Maybe it's just the way that EA implemented the feature, but yeah, in certain situations it can make the frame rate drop like a rock. So I turn that off. Unfortunately, it means we probably will not be able to see any rain in this game. There are some situations where I'll turn the particle system on when I know it's safe to do so, but for most part, like for races and all that kind of stuff, I'll probably keep it off just to help myself out, kind of thing. You know, just to help the frame rate. VSync on. I've got Fraps set to lock the frame rate at 60 frames per second anyway, but yeah, the double whammy of 60 frames per second there. Filtering on, enhanced contrast on. Turned off the overbright. Another thing that I found was taxing the video card a bit, especially with Fraps recording, was the light glow system. However, I decided to turn that on just because it looks weird when the card doesn't have any, when the lights don't shine, kind of thing. So yeah, turn that on, and as a compromise, I turned off the overbright, which, if this does what I think it does, I actually prepared for the LP with this on the entire time, so I actually didn't test this, but if this does what I think it does, it'll help me out quite a bit when it comes to customizing vehicles. So yeah, to keep that off. Alright, fog is fine, depth of field, anti-aliasing, motion blur on, light trails on, that's fine, everything else is maxed out and okay. Alright, pardon me. Audio, already took care of that. And yes, save it please. Alright, let's start over here. Oh, obviously there's a career mode, which will be where the meat of the action takes place. Then there's quick race mode, where you got a bunch of different styles of race that you can take care of. You can even go for a free run throughout the city, as you see fit, kind of thing. Does this allow you to choose a car? Yes, it does. So yeah, right now we've got the Peugeot 206 to choose from. We've got the Ford Focus. Got a Toyota Corolla, the AE86 Toyota Corolla, the famous car. And for those like me who had no clue about why it was so famous, and actually decided to look it up, and actually, apparently the AE86 Toyota Corolla, this was the last rear-wheel drive compact car, I believe, before they pretty much switched them all over to front-wheel drive. Did I say this was front-wheel drive? I meant rear-wheel drive, but yeah, so rear-wheel compact car after this pretty much all went to front-wheel drive, so yeah. And then you got the Nissan 240SX, got the Mazda MX-5 Miata, and you got the good old Honda Civic. And as you saw in the intro there, yes indeed there are SUVs in this game. There's a Cadillac Escalade there, a Nissan 350. I know I'm Canadian, I'm supposed to say Z, but I don't know, just 350Z seems to roll off the tongue a bit easier. So, yeah. My apologies if that bugs you, but it's just, you know, just something that I just naturally fell into, so to speak. I wonder if there's anything I actually say Z for, but I will. Naturally, anyway, without forcing myself to. There's a Pontiac GTO. Got the Lancer Evo 8. I think this was the Lancer that was in Tokyo Drift. I say think, and it's kind of silly because I just watched Tokyo Drift recently, and I don't, well, I can't remember for sure. I think it was an Evo 8, though, but yeah. And that's all we have access to. Right now, anyway. So yeah, as you can see on the bottom there, it does say customize. You can actually customize your vehicle as you see fit with what you have, what is currently available. So you got front bumpers and side skirts and rear bumpers, spoilers, hoods, roof scoops. I'm going to be doing my best to avoid using these, putting these on any of my cars, simply because they just seem silly to me. I'll just leave it at that. Headlights, taillights, side mirrors, exhaust tips, rims, carbon fiber, wide body kits, that kind of stuff, which quite a bit we don't have access to, but we do have some access to some stuff. And you got some performance upgrades here. Again, can only do what is currently available. And yeah. Change the paint, vinyls, decals. You can actually put together like a, the whole look of it before installing it, kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. Can be useful when trying to decide what to put on your vehicle. Interiors and cars, especially great custom gauges, neon, tints, lights, purge, hydraulics, trunk audio, spinners, that kind of stuff. And you can actually tune your stuff as you will. And I won't bother saving it. Oh yeah, you can tune your circuit, and as soon as you do this, it goes on the dyno. Speed it up just by hitting the advanced button, or I guess in my case the A button, and it gives you some dyno statistics there. Top speed of 125 miles an hour. Change the settings, kind of thing. So yeah. It really would seem to have gone all out in terms of the customization in this game, so yeah. Alright. What else we got? Multiplayer stuff here. Most likely will not be going into that. And there's customize here, where you can just basically just play dress up with the vehicles as well, so yeah. Whatever you have available to you, so yeah. Just select whichever you want and just start customizing it that way. Just literally just to customize rather than going into a race or a drive or anything like that, so yeah. Anything else of interest? You got profile manager. Yeah, you can have multiple profiles, but I should only need the one for this LP, so yeah. As far as the LP goes, I believe this is the end of this episode. In the next episode, we will officially get into the career mode and see what this game has in store and what it's all about. This is Intrepid83 signing off. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.